It's Carlos EDC, guys, and today I want to do a quick overview or review of the Wood and Steel folding wallet and full shell Cordovan. We're gonna get down on the table and go with the specs and size and my thoughts on it, etc., etc. But first, I want to talk a little bit about shell Cordovan itself. Shell Cordovan itself, the name comes from the town that they first made it back in Spain, Cordovan. The actual pronunciation for it is Cordovan, and the first part of the name shell comes from where it comes from. It is a tissue, not so much a skin, but because it comes from a connective tissue rather than skin, itself. Interesting thing about this material is it doesn't crease. It's very expensive. It smells different from regular leather, but it still has that leather smell. Tactilely, it feels very different, a lot smoother than regular full grain leather. This is a little stickier. This is more smooth, no creasing. This is Pueblo. It's a little bit on that smoother side as well. However, this just feels different. It smells different, and it takes on a different shine too. Like the edges will get a little bit more of that candy look than regular calf leather. But yeah, they started making it back in that town, Cordovan, in the 7th century. 1300 plus years ago, they were making this type of leather because of its qualities. But let's get down to the mat and go on and talk about the full review. So yeah, this is the reverse shell Cordovan 2-pocket wallet. That's what it's named in the Wood and Steel website, which is not very creative, but we'll talk about that later. So it is a 2-pocket wallet. It is about 6 inches long when opened and about 4 inches tall. When folded, of course, it's more compact. It's still 4 inches tall, and it's around 3 inches long this way. We'll compare it really quickly with the Wren, which is very much a classic wallet in the wallet enthusiast community. So as you can see, it's still pretty long, but it's very compact. When folded, it's not that much thicker than your Wren. So in the positives, this thing retails on their website for $120. I got it on sale for $98 or $92, something like that, for Black Friday sale, which for a big piece of shell like this is very, very good. I know it seems like a lot of money and a lot of people are clicking away right now, but this is full shell Cordovan. You can feel the inside. The outside has beautiful stains, some green and red tones in the browns. Outside, of course, you have all those markings, all those little beautiful stains. It's just a beautiful piece of shell. And if you're an enthusiast, you know shell is very expensive, especially when it's a big piece like that. So in the positives, it's thin in the pocket. It has high capacity. You don't have to fold bills more than once. So bills folded once fit in there quite nicely. I did up to 6 bills and some cards. So I'm sure if you don't have cards, you can do more bills. And I've done up to 4 cards on the other side, which does make it feel a little bit on the thicker side, but it's not bad at all. See, this is 4 or 5 cards in there, and it's still pretty thin in the pocket. Still feels pretty good in the pocket. So another positive, it is hand sewn, and it's beautifully hand sewn. As you can see, every little stitch is done evenly. It follows the curve of the cut just perfectly, which some people, especially in handmade products, can't really or don't really do that. Just a quick example so you guys know what I'm talking about. This is I won't show the brand right now, but I'll review it later. You can see that the stitching is nice and even, but the cut and the curve of the stitch do not follow the same line, which when you're buying a luxury piece is important. So it's hand stitched. It follows the curves nicely. The edges are beautifully polished. I've seen better stuff from, for example, Justin. It's just a little slightly bit more candified. The cutouts provide a beautiful, simple way of grabbing your cards quite easily. They're big enough to make it very convenient to get things out, but they remain aesthetically pleasing to the eye. The stamp is not from Horween themselves, but is very well stamped, very beautiful, and they can control where it goes and how many they can make, so they can sell them for, you know, a very reasonable price. I mean, under $100, even $120, this thing is a bargain for a full shell Cordovan. Again, this is a luxury piece. A lot of people have already clicked away. This is for maybe an enthusiast or somebody who's looking for that next level piece. But we'll start and talk about the not so positives of this wallet. The first one, the shell is pretty thin, which is a positive when you have it in your pocket, but it doesn't inspire much confidence right here, where it's pretty thin and there's nothing else there to keep it together. I know it will still last a lifetime, but I have to point it out. Also, the edges on the inside were not burnished like the ones on the outside. So they hand sanded and burnished these edges, but in here they left those alone. Which in wallets, again, I just pointing it out because it's right here next to me. But Justin burnishes these inside edges. The amount of detail in this wallet is pretty insane. You guys should watch the review. I mean, he puts a line in between the stitches and the curve of the wallet, and it just follows the wallet perfectly along with the stitch. I mean, the details on that guy, it's amazing. But yeah, I love the logo. That's a positive. Indiana, USA, and it has wood and an S for steel, W and S, and some pines, which is beautiful. Again, this is a luxury piece. You're gonna buy it because you like it aesthetically and because you want to try out shell Cordovan. And if you want a big piece of shell and you don't want to break the bank, I don't know anywhere else where you can buy it at $120 like this. Other negatives, there really isn't any. It's a pretty lightweight piece. It's a beautiful piece. It's a compact piece, and you're gonna be turning some heads anywhere you go with this beautiful stamp and just the smell of it. I mean, when you pull out this thing out of your pocket, I mean, it just smells like luxury leather. But yeah, this is my first shell Cordovan piece. I have some more coming, and I have tried it out in like smaller pieces before, but this is my first like wallet made out of full shell, and I'm pretty happy about it. I'm very pleased. I've been taking some sick photos. Last size comparison, this is a notebook cover, so the notebook cover takes the whole screen, but the Horween shell Cordovan fits right inside. This is Justin's Ocelot, and this is Benjamin Bott's Wren. But yeah, a quick word from our sponsor. That's right, I sponsor my own videos because I'm a small channel. But don't forget, you know, let's talk down in the comments below. Let me know if you like this stamp, if you like the aesthetics on this freaking wallet, because I do. I freaking love this thing. Cordovan, Cordovan, Cordovan.